Do you feel your chest tighten the moment you hear we should come over sometime? That split second where you're smiling and saying, "That sounds great," while your mind screams, "Please don't, please forget, please cancel." If that doorbell sends electricity through your nervous system like an alarm you can't silence, you're not broken. You're just wired differently than most people realize. This is about the psychology of people who panic when guests arrive. Here's the paradox. Some of the most loving, generous, socially capable people experience genuine terror at the thought of visitors in their home. Society calls them antisocial or unfriendly. But psychology reveals something entirely different. A nervous system protecting something precious that most people will never understand. For some people, having guests over is just entertaining. But for you, your home isn't a backdrop for socializing. It's the one place where you don't have to perform anymore. It's where the mask comes off, where your nervous system finally exhales, where the walls have absorbed your truth in ways no person ever could. When guests arrive, it's not just an interruption. It's an invasion that forces you back into performance mode in the only sanctuary you have. Not because you're rude, but because you're protecting the last space where you can simply exist. So why does having guests feel so threatening? Psychologically, people who panic when visitors arrive often experience what's called environmental hypersensitivity, a heightened awareness of how spaces hold emotional energy. Your nervous system literally registers the shift when someone else enters your territory, like a seismograph detecting tremors others can't feel. A 2019 study from the University of British Columbia found that 64% of highly sensitive individuals reported significant cortisol spikes when their personal space was unexpectedly entered, even by familiar people. This isn't being dramatic or controlling. This is how your nervous system is wired to protect your psychological safety through environmental control. But there's something deeper happening. Out there in the world, you're competent, engaged, socially skilled. But home is where you finally stop translating yourself for other people's comfort. It's where you don't monitor your facial expressions, don't manage conversational flow, don't carry the invisible labor of making everyone else feel at ease. When guests arrive, you're suddenly back on stage in the wings where you were supposed to rest. Every surface they see, every silence they fill, every moment of hosting drains a battery you came home to recharge. And that cost? It's invisible to everyone but you. Here's what most people never admit. Some of the most welcoming, most thoughtful, most socially gracious people are the ones who secretly dread having anyone in their home. Not because they're selfish, not because they're cold, but because their home is the only place their nervous system has permission to be honest. Wanting to keep that space sacred isn't antisocial, it's survival. It's the boundary that allows you to show up for the world at all. But let's be honest. For some, this panic comes from childhood homes where visitors meant judgment, where your space was never truly yours, where performance was the price of safety. If your parents constantly monitored how the house looked or how you behaved around guests, then unexpected visitors can activate old wounds. Ask yourself, does this boundary protect your peace, or does it isolate you from connection you actually want? If it's protection, honor it fiercely. If it's isolation, reach out to someone safe. You deserve support either way. So here's your script for next time. I'm not really in a hosting headspace right now, but I'd love to meet you at that coffee shop instead. You don't owe anyone an explanation beyond that, because you can be caring and still guard your sanctuary. You can be generous and still refuse to perform in the one place you shouldn't have to. Your home can hold your books, your silence, your unmade bed, your unfiltered self, the specific texture of your peace. You're not antisocial. You're wired for depth, for authenticity, for boundaries that actually hold you. What's the first thought that hits you when someone says they're coming over? Drop it below. I read every comment, and I bet you'll find your people down there. Hit subscribe if you're tired of apologizing for needing your space to stay sacred. Next up, the psychology of people who can't relax when someone's watching them.